Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping into a huge shift in how we think about one of our most basic skills, communication. What if we could go past just gut feelings and charisma and actually measure what makes a conversation work? We're about to explore how communication is being turned from a soft skill into a hard science. This quote, it really hits home for anyone in a high-stakes job, right? Doesn't matter if you're in sales, medicine, or management. You're living this tension every single day. You have to build a real human connection, but at the same time, you've got to stay objective, you've got to perform, you've got to hit your goal. It feels like a constant balancing act. For generations, what's the advice been? Just wing it. Yeah, rely on your gut feeling, your personality, your instinct. But let's be honest, in those conversations that really matter, is instinct really enough? What if there was a better, more systematic way to actually build that foundation of trust and rapport? Well, for years, the only tools we had were built for a completely different purpose. We had these huge enterprise recording systems, right? And their main job was to capture every single conversation for legal and compliance reasons. Think of these massive archives built for risk management, not for making anyone a better communicator. And this right here just perfectly illustrates the problem. We were collecting literal mountains of conversational data, but it was a total mess, unstructured, impossible to search, and just overwhelming. All the good stuff, the moments of real connection, the missed opportunities, the patterns of what actually works, it was all completely buried. We knew what was said, but had no clue why or how it landed. This one question, it changes absolutely everything. It suggests that the most human parts of how we interact, all those things we've always just called soft skills, could actually be quantified, analyzed, and, systematically improved. And that's exactly where this new category, communication intelligence, comes into play. See, it's not about just transcribing the words on a page. It's about the science of the conversation itself, that rhythm of the back and forth, the subtle emotional hints in someone's voice, all of that crucial subtext that a simple transcript just completely misses. So, this is the key takeaway. It's a total reframing. We're moving communication out of this fuzzy world of abstract art and into a discipline that we can actually study with scientific rigor. It's about using data analysis and AI to decode the very mechanics of human connection. Okay, so how does this actually work? Well, this new science breaks a conversation down into its core measurable parts. First, you analyze the absolute foundation, rapport and trust. Then you start to decode the subtleties, like tone and the conversational flow. And finally, you evaluate something incredibly important, like the quality of the questions that are being asked. And this is where you can really see the power. Each of these metrics gives us a totally unique window into the conversation. Rapport, for instance, is about creating that feeling of equal business stature, where everybody feels respected. That is the bedrock for building genuine trust. Tone looks past the words to what's really being felt. And flow, that measures the back and forth, shows you how engaged and collaborative the conversation really is. You put them all together, and you get this rich, multi-dimensional picture of what actually happened. When you put it side by side like this, the contrast couldn't be more clear. We are making a fundamental shift from a world of subjective guesswork, relying on fuzzy memories and what someone thought happened, to a world of objective intelligence. Instead of just hoping we're getting better, we can actually measure our improvement conversation by conversation. So look, this isn't just some new feature or another app. This represents an entirely new category, a brand new way of understanding and mastering the conversations that really define our professional lives, and even our personal ones. It's data science finally being applied to our most human skill. And that's really the ultimate idea here. By turning our conversations into data, we unlock this incredible feedback loop for constant growth. The potential is just immense. So let me leave you with this question to think about. If every single conversation you had could teach you something, what would you ask it first?